I'm 73 years old, and I need to tell you something. Something most people don't get to hear until it's far too late. It's a hard truth, but I need you to listen. Almost everything you've been taught about getting older, about life, about what really matters, it's wrong. Utterly and completely wrong. For the first 50 years of my life, I did everything right. At least, I thought I did. I followed the script perfectly. You know the one. Get the education, build the career, buy the house, earn the respect of your peers. I was always busy, always chasing that next milestone, that next promotion, that next thing on the checklist. I was convinced that if I just kept climbing, I'd eventually reach the top and find happiness waiting for me. I thought I had time. I thought I had all the time in the world. Then, at 52, my heart stopped. It was just a regular Tuesday. I was in a meeting, feeling a bit dizzy, a bit distracted, probably thinking about the next item on my to-do list. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in a sterile hospital room, staring at the acoustic tiles on the ceiling. The rhythmic beep of a machine next to my bed was the only sound. And in that quiet, disorienting moment, I realized just how close I had come to being completely, irreversibly done. The doctors called it luck, a second chance. But I knew what it really was. It was a wake-up call, delivered in the most brutal way imaginable. Lying there, with tubes and wires tethered to my body, I asked myself a question that still sends a shiver down my spine. If I had died on that meeting room floor, what would I actually leave behind? What would be my legacy? The answer was terrifying. It wasn't a collection of meaningful memories with the people I loved. It wasn't a history of deep, authentic relationships. It was a list of accomplishments, a portfolio of assets, a collection of things that, from the perspective of a hospital bed, meant absolutely nothing. Things that wouldn't matter in 5 years, let alone 50. That's when I finally understood the biggest, most insidious lie we all tell ourselves. It's a lie so common, we don't even recognize it as a lie. We think it's just how life works. The lie is, I'll do it later. I'll spend more time with my family later, after this big project is done. I'll take that trip later, when I have more money saved up. I'll start that hobby later, when I have more free time. I'll tell them I love them later. But later is a mirage. It never comes. The goalposts just keep moving. The projects never end. There's always another reason to wait. And one day, you wake up and realize you've spent decades climbing a ladder only to find it was leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. I've stood at the funerals of friends who were, by every conventional measure, incredibly successful. They had the titles, the wealth, the influence, but they were completely absent from their own lives. They were ghosts at their own dinner tables, strangers to their own children. They were so busy building a life that they forgot to live it. I also lost my own father, suddenly. It happened in a flash, and I will carry the regret for the rest of my days, thinking about all the phone calls I didn't make, all the visits I postponed. I thought I could afford to waste that time. I was wrong. Time is the one currency you can never get back. After my heart attack, I tore up the old script. I started over. I learned the most powerful word in the English language, no. I said no to the projects that drained my soul. I said no to the meetings that went nowhere. I said no to the obligations that were built on a foundation of should instead of want. And with every no, I created space for a yes, I said yes to what truly mattered. Yes to long, unstructured afternoons with my grandchildren. Yes to work that felt meaningful, even if it wasn't the most prestigious. Yes to experiences over possessions. Yes to just being present, to actually tasting my coffee in the morning instead of chugging it while checking emails. Today, I'm 73. According to the actuarial tables, I might have 10, maybe 20 years left. But I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, these last 2 decades have been the richest, most vibrant, most fulfilling years of my entire life. I traded a life that looked good on the outside for one that feels good on the inside. So now, I want you to ask yourself a question. And please, be honest, brutally honest. If you were to die tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the way you are living your life right now? Would you be proud of where your time and energy are going? If the answer is no, or even if there's a slight hesitation, then please, I'm begging you, don't wait for your own heart attack. Don't wait for a diagnosis or a tragedy to be your wake-up call. Stop trying so hard to impress people who won't be at your funeral. Stop trading your physical and mental health for a title on a business card. Call your parents. Call your friends. Tell them you love them. Take the trip you've been dreaming about. Learn the instrument. Write the book. Do the thing that scares you a little bit. Life will never be perfectly organized. There will never be a convenient time to start living. Someday is the biggest lie of all. Someday isn't on the calendar. Someday is today. Right now, this very moment, the clock is ticking for all of us. What are you going to do with your time? Thanks for listening. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Take care.